G.O.A.T.
Deflate-gate.
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 Did they or didn't they? It's the alleged cheating scandal launching 1,000 saucy headlines. Deflate-gate.
When and how you supposedly alter the balls?
I didn't, have any, I didn't alter the ball in any way.
You want to give a guy, because he doesn't give you his cell phone, a punishment? I would never give the organization as leak-prone as the NFL my cell phone so you could just look through my emails and listen to my voice.
Especially the NFL, the league that leaks everything.
Tom Brady's 4-game suspension has now been reinstated.
All right, so it's Deflategate Part 2 because the league would not let go of this thing. They already lost in court, and Roger Goodell is trying to make some kind of point.
And Goodell now doesn't have the integrity, I want to say, frankly.
You can absolutely say that on HBO. I don't know if my old employer would have agreed.
Doesn't have the decency to just say, you know what, this is stupid, I was wrong.
Why did he throw his cell phone away?
Well, there's two issues there, as a matter of fact. The first was, if you read the Wells report, which you probably didn't, Wells said that Brady cooperated 100%. The second thing that the Wells report said was, we don't need your phone. We don't need your phone. So if you don't need somebody's phone, what the heck do you care what happens to the phone?
Okay,
no, you don't get it.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Nobody throws their phone. Nobody throws their phone away. I mean, come on.
He got rid of his cell phone and he went from an Android to an iPhone 6. Have you ever done that? I know I've done it.
What I wanted to do was to try to talk about this sort of Deflategate controversy, but go back to the data. So I want to get out of the way that I actually am not a Patriots fan. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan. Patriots broke my heart when they won the Super Bowl in 2005. So the sequence of events is, in a locker room that was about 71 degrees, the Patriots balls were checked to be 12.5 psi. They go to the field, it's colder, they have a long time to equilibrate. What happens to the pressure when you go from warmer to colder? It drops, right? And we'll get to that ideal gas law. Instead of thinking ideal gas law, they thought cheating. And everything went downhill from there.
I do want to point out that in the game in question against the Indianapolis Colts, in the second half, when the balls were apparently properly inflated, Tom Brady played way better. So I don't think the inflation of the balls had anything to do with it.
For those of you not informed as to what exactly happened, in September, the judge ruled, you know what, Goodell, we're not going to acknowledge your suspension.
Right.
Then the NFL appeals, and yesterday, the appeals court decided, you know what, we are going to overturn that decision, and you know what, Tom Brady, you are going to have to serve that 4-game suspension.
So I heard some reports yesterday that he is not done with this, Brady, and why would he be? I mean, he's already fought this thing legally enough to actually win it last year, and he feels like his reputation is at stake. And it's just, to me, it's almost weird how, possessed the league is about winning this case.
It's all lies. It's all ESPN. It's all NFL propaganda. Don't you get it? We know Goodell has lied. He lied in the Ray Rice case. He lied in this case. He has lied in the Peterson case. How many times do you need to know that this guy is a flaming liar?
Breaking news, this just in. Our Andrew Brandt is reporting that the court has decided to rule in favor of the NFL, resulting in Tom Brady being suspended for the first 4 games of the season.
I said from the start, the Wells report was full of inaccuracies and inconsistencies and overstatements, all geared toward railroading Tom Brady into being the scapegoat, the fall guy.
Deflategate, it's finally over.
I gotta admit this. We all know I'm a diehard Steelers fan. We'll talk about them a little bit later. I'm scared as hell of Brady right now. Could you imagine if the New England Patriots ended up going to the Super Bowl and winning it, and Roger Goodell had to give the Lombardi Trophy to the New England Patriots? This dude is on another level to begin with. But what I think he's going to do right now, as if this dude, who is clearly an ultra competitor, who is a 4-time Super Bowl champion, okay, who's been to 6 Super Bowls, as if he needed additional motivation.
Tom Brady's 17th NFL season begins here in Cleveland in Week 5. And onto the field comes number 12. time. Going deep. Has a man open. He's got him inside the 10-yard line.
Like, damn. I mean, I know that's TV, but you don't just miss 4 games and then come out and just throw 40 yards like that.
Brady. Not going to go deep down far sideline. Has a man open, and he's got it. Inside the 10 to the 5, Chris Hogan.
And it's going to be a scary sight to see because he has the assassin mentality.
Gronkowski inside the 30 for a first down.
And the Patriots savor a 33-13 win. Fans in New England have been marking their calendars with this day. Yep, and here he comes.
The place is erupting. He had this look in his eye. He always has that look, but it was different this time.
Well over 500 days into the fiasco known as Deflate. Home, Cincinnati, the return of Tom Brady.
Shotgun from Brady. Has time. Brady throws. Chris Hogan. Hogan down the sideline. Spun down. There's the big play New England was looking for. First and goal. Inside the 5. Brady tosses. No throw. Gronk has got it. Touchdown, Patriots. Gronkowski with the hands. Make the handoff. Brady on play action. Wide open Gronkowski. Gronkowski releasing. And a big play to the tight end. Tom Brady. Career completion number 5,000 for Brady. 4th all-time. 4 for 4 on the drive. Tom Brady is back. 5 receivers set. Brady steps up. Brady pulls the trigger. End zone. Touchdown. He hooks up with Danny Amendola from the gun. Brady. Over the shoulder grab. Chris Hogan. Touchdown. Tom Brady delivers a strike to the former Bill. Brady will run. Tom Brady slides down.
Brady under pressure, trying to escape, throwing to the end zone, touchdown! Amendola!
Third and 25. And Brady deep downfield makes the catch. Brady throws it. Edelman is there and he makes the catch. Second and 4, they got it right. Now Brady going deep. And Gronkowski somehow gets some way.
A big punch out in recovery. Brady lost the handle, picks it up, throws to the end zone. Caught in the end zone for a touchdown by Malcolm Mitchell.
I think he was trying to throw you off the set. Brady spins away. Brady sets up, throws deep downfield, and connects with Edelman. Tom Brady has the play fake. Deep pass. Oh, yeah! And running open. Chris Hogan off to the races. Touchdown, New England. No flags on the play. On the field at the same time. 3rd and 7 for New England. Brady gets rid of it quickly. Catch. Julian Edelman. Oh, to the races. Julian Edelman. Goodbye, Edelman. Touchdown, New England.
Lewis or Brady. End zone. Hogan. What a catch. Tom Brady taking a knee. And now it's setting in. I think everyone on his team starting to realize
Look at the congratulations in the huddle.
The most wins ever for an NFL quarterback. 201.
He's going to keep that football.
And with the lead today, Tom Brady has now become the NFL's all-time winningest quarterback with 201 career wins.
You're a cheater, right? Have you ever seen cheaters put in as much time as Bill and his staff have put in?
What do you say to people say Tom's a cheater? What do you say to them?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can say whatever you want in this world until you get punched in the mouth.
As he's always done, Brady makes everyone around him better. The former third-string running back for the Eagles. The former quarterback, drafted in the 7th round as a receiver. The college lacrosse player on his 5th team. Spare parts transformed into a supercharged machine.
They go 5 wides here on the second snap. And again, well protected to Edelman. Edelman weaves past the defender, and he's into Pittsburgh territory, still on his feet, keeping his balance down to the 23 before he's thrown down by...
Give me a break. I'm sure that a deflated football is the reason why LeGarrette Blount was able to run through the Colts defense in the AFC Championship like a hot knife through a froyo.
Easy. Jordan! Brady
grabs out of bounds, puts everybody out. Did he see? He saw an opportunity with Hogan.
Dread it, run from it, destiny still around.
3rd and 5. Brady, well protected, all kinds of time, and that goes inside. Touchdown, New England. Chris Hogan.
The Pats 10, Pittsburgh nothing.
That's his third down conversion. The flea flicker. Brady to the end zone, and it's a New England touchdown. Right back to Hogan.
James Brown, thank you. Patriot Nation, congratulations. New England's going back to the Super Bowl. You're going to be asked this a lot in the next couple of weeks, but extra motivation for you this year to go to the Super Bowl again and to win it?
You know, we'll see if we can write the perfect ending in a couple weeks. It's going to take a big effort. We're going to need a couple weeks to prepare because we're playing a great team, but it's going to be a hell of a game.
Falcons overload the right side of the Patriots offensive line. Pass is picked. Intercepted. Robert Alford. He's gone. There are no flags. No! And the Falcons add to their lead. Alford with a pick 6.
Late in the second quarter, that made it 21-0. I said, game over. There's no way. You get nothing. You lose. The Falcons are too explosive on offense. They're going to have the ball too many times in the second half. There's no way Brady can pull that off.
Never had a 100-yard game in the NFL. Here is Coleman, end zone, touchdown.
Too many weapons, Wes. They got too many guys to pay attention to. And listen, I think this 4-game suspension is going to put a chip on the Patriots' shoulder. Yeah. I think it's going to put a chip on Tom Brady's shoulder.
Let's go now! Let's go show some fight! Gotta play harder! Gotta play tougher! Harder, tougher, everything! Everything we got!
He moved the narrative. I think he made people like me reconsider and say, well, hold on, they really don't have anything on him, and this was an unfair process. He's made me more sympathetic towards him.
I'm not surprised at all. They're going for it here on 4th down. They're on 46, down by 25. Brady has a man, first down. Big conversion, Amendola. Out of bounds inside the 40.
As a motivation.
Aside from it being a cheater, he's lost the image of a elite quarterback in my mind because he felt he needed to cheat to be competitive and win.
Goodell, I think, is the big loser this morning. I think he abused his power. I have a problem with any central planner, in this case Goodell, head of a cartel, taking advantage of his position of power and manipulating the media to the side that he wants.
Dives across the goal line. Touchdown, Patriots!
We all know that Tom Brady, in my opinion, Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of this era, hands down.
Let's go make him pay, fellas. Let's go make him pay. Here in the final 15 minutes of Super Bowl 51, the Patriots will try to stage, of course, the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history.
They want to believe that he's guilty. Maybe they were predisposed not to like Tom Brady out of a little resentment or jealousy or whatever. They just don't like the Patriots. They don't like Belichick. Whatever it is, psychological trigger that says they cheated.
Now it's time for somebody on the defensive side to make a play to get to Matt Ryan.
Out of the shotgun, Ryan.
I'm based here in Atlanta, and my first thought was, I can't believe this. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Gets hit. Ball is out. This is a fumble. New England has it.
You kidding me?
Patriots sacking Ryan and recovering at the 25.
We got a ball game now.
I've never seen anything like this. This was the most amazing game I've ever witnessed.
Gotta believe, boys.
Brady. Pass caught. That's Mitchell. First down.
There's no way, because the New England Patriots of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick were all-time bad, followed by all-time great.
Brady. End zone touchdown.
This guy just does it. I don't even know how he just does it.
Amendola. A direct snap, and it's good. James White, 8-point game. Extra men on the rush. Ryan steps through it, throws on the run.
I was like, oh my God, every Super Bowl now.
And Jones with a catch. Phenomenal catch by Julio Jones on the sideline. Considering the circumstances, with all the momentum with New England, the biggest catch of this second half.
All the Falcons had to do was run some clock and kick the field goal that would likely put the game out of reach.
In a position where a field goal makes the task really difficult.
They're just trying to run the clock now and kick it.
Ryan is sacked. What a
The sack knocked Atlanta out of field goal range.
opportunity missed after that incredible catch by Julio Jones.
Now they're giving the ball back, and they're going to put Tom Brady in position to tie this game up.
I like it. I like it, Tom.
Let's go with it. Let's go. Let's go. He says, I'm still great. You think my greatness has to do with a football. My greatness has to do with this and this.
Correct.
Because I can outthink you, and I got heart that I will not quit.
Again, they got to stand up to Brady.
He's the GOAT. He's the greatest of all time.
No!
Pass is caught by Hogan.
There was an offer on the table at one point where Tom Brady could pay $1 million fine, but there was a caveat. Roger Goodell said, pay the fine, no suspension, but you have to throw these two guys under the bus. And Tom refused to do that.
Edelman comes down with a football, and they're saying it's a catch.
But I talked to 3 people close to Brady. They're saying he's telling us he is 100% innocent. Usually in these circumstances, they might tell a confidant, yeah, they got me on this. You know, they got me dead to rights, but I'm going to fight it, so I'm going to try to get it reduced to 2 games. He doesn't want it reduced at all. He wants it dismissed because he says, according to 3 people I know, he is completely innocent in this case.
From the 8, Brady finds his man. That's James White. What a game he's had. And White is down to the 1.
Now it comes down to this, Wes.
You can't say anything about him now. Mic drop. End of story.
It's 2-point try time for New England. And now the biggest 2-point attempt in the history of the Patriots franchise.
Yeah, it's done. It's tarnished. The image is tarnished, guys. Let's leave it there.
Deflate Gate.
Deflate Gate.
Deflate Gate.
It's a tied game in Super Bowl 51. And one's down by 25. The Patriots are even with Atlanta.
I cannot believe what I'm witnessing.
I believe that last night, Tom Brady didn't just eclipse the great Joe Montana within the confines of Super Bowl and NFL. I believe last night, Tom Brady eclipsed Michael Jordan as the greatest clutch player in all of sports history.
This is tails. New England gets to call the toss. Heads. They have called heads. It is heads. New England has won the toss. Elected to receive.
The first ever overtime in Super Bowl history. Touchdown wins it for the Patriots.
He feels like his reputation is at stake.
Come on, baby. MVP right here, baby.
Is that bitterness still remained? Would you call it competitiveness, chip on the shoulder?
Bring on the storm.
Sideline. What a throw, Amendola.
I've never seen anything like this. What I saw last night may be the greatest performance I've ever seen.
And Colin, what he said to me, he goes, pretty cool. Not bad for a 6th round pick. and that's, 15 years later.
When I read the story about his mom's health struggle, and when I see him tearing up about talking about his dad,
feeling like they had to validate themselves for Roger Goodell, or feeling like they had to avenge anything for Roger Goodell. This was about Brady having this moment.
Inside the 20.
This was it. I concede. I have nothing to say. This is the greatest performance I've ever seen.
Here's Bennett. Flag is thrown.
pass interference, defense.
The guy's the most accomplished quarterback in NFL history, and he still does carry that chip on his shoulder.
They want to suspend me for 4 games for something I didn't do. We're going to see who's going to get the last laugh at the end of this season.
Toss to White. He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl! Brady has his 5th! What a comeback!
Brady's the best of all time.
Tom Brady is the greatest football player ever played.
I put him at the best already.
I do. I think he's the greatest that ever played the game.
But what he pulled off last night was flat out impossible. That was the most improbable comeback in all of sports history.
But what we saw last night is a conversation ender as to who the greatest quarterback in the history of the National Football League is.
But in the end, Tom Brady managed to beat Roger Goodell by not only saving his legacy that Roger attempted to tarnish, if not wreck, but he enhanced it last night by starting off so poorly and finishing so all-time great.
What a wonderful football game tonight. That's what NFL football is all about. Robert, you know how hard these are to get. And this is your 5th under your leadership, Coach Belichick and Tom Brady. What an unbelievable achievement for your organization. Congratulations to your organization, to your fans, to your community. We're so proud of you. Take your Super Bowl trophy home to New England.
But remember as well, his mom was sick, and his mom was going through cancer. So I think, he had the most trying season of his life where he's being accused of a cheater. His mom's sick, and he's in this, this crazy Super Bowl. I think when that was all over, I think it was very overwhelming.
I think we found out there's some deeper motivation going on with Tom Brady as related to his family.
Well, I got the greatest coach in the NFL. Might as well have the greatest quarterback. Tom Brady. How good is this, boy? Huh? Here, let me hand it. No, let me hand it to you.
How sweet is that, Tom?
Could you imagine if the New England Patriots ended up going to the Super Bowl and winning it, and Roger Goodell had to give the Lombardi Trophy to the New England Patriots? I think they'd move aside just so Tom Brady could stand there, and Goodell had to give him the Lombardi Trophy. I mean, this is the kind of motivation that can really spark a dude. I found myself thinking the end of the Deflate, and the first words out of my mouth was,
We run you down to the door. Yeah, someday we run you down to